anxieties sprinkled in there. Oh, and this coffee is so good. I had anxiety before all of this happened. I have a very long-winded way of explaining things. All of my anxiety about this situation, I'm really starting to think about my future now, 2022 onwards. No clue. Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a writer and a musician here on YouTube. As you can tell from the large coffee mug and the title of this video, I am doing yet another coffee talk. Oh, and by the way, my hair is like meant to be curly, but you can't even see the curls because they're at the end of my hair. The ends of my hair are actually off camera, like my hair has gotten so long in the past year because I haven't had a haircut since December 2019. Let me tell you, when lockdown lifts, I'm definitely getting a haircut. And I'm also going to re-dye my hair. My blonde roots are coming through, so I really need to re-dye my hair soon. But my hair is so damaged that it needs cutting before dyeing. Honestly, I can't wait for the end of lockdown, so I can just give myself a bit of a glow up. There are quite a lot of things that I wanted to sit down and talk to you about today. There's just a lot to update you on. And if the lighting looks really bright this way, it's because I keep making the mistake of pushing way too much of that loose powder under my eyes. Today I'm going to be talking about a range of different things that have happened recently with my life right now, like anxiety, lockdown, what's next, everything like that. This is kind of just talking about the next chapter of my life. I feel like that's what this video is going to be focusing on, with also some like anxiety sprinkled in there. I mean, if you can really say sprinkles, to be honest. Oh, and then I also have a few channel changes that I need to talk about, which I feel like I should probably start off with. You may have noticed that this past week, so this is going up on a Saturday. The reason for this is because yes, I am changing my schedule yet again. While I love uploading Fridays, the timing and the scheduling for me, I personally just didn't like it in that sense. Fridays, I don't know what it is about Fridays. I just have other stuff to be worrying about besides video production, and that doesn't mean I'm going to just stop doing YouTube production on Fridays, because if you didn't know, my routine at the moment is Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays are days when I'm actually focusing on editing. And so because of that, I thought it would be better to have Saturdays as my upload days. I feel like it's just a very long-winded way of saying yes, my schedule is changing to Saturdays, same time, 7 PM GMT, and then bonus days will either be on Tuesday or Thursday, same time as well. That's all I can really say regarding like channel changes. Upload days are changing to Saturdays and I hope that that's okay. Oh, and this coffee is so good. I love myself a good hot coffee with a bit of hot chocolate powder in, with some toffee caramel syrup, which is fat free and it's just like low in calorie, that kind of stuff. And it's a nice big mug. I put a lot more in than I probably should have done. So now that I've talked a bit about channel changes, let's talk about life changes. If you didn't know, as of right now, here in England, we are in our third lockdown and hopefully the last lockdown. We have been in this lockdown probably since about just after Christmas, and it feels like it's been a very long time. It has meant that I have been doing pretty much everything from home, so all of my college work has been online, which is why I have done a few week in my life videos about that, which was recently. But this lockdown is meant to end on March the 8th, and that's kind of when they want to try and get people back into schools and everything like that. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I have adjusted really well to working from home and online classes. I think I actually prefer it because, I don't know, I just feel a lot more comfortable. Like, I mean, I had anxiety before all of this happened, social anxiety and that, and I feel like it's just made everything a lot worse. But yeah, lockdown is expected to be lifted 8th of March, and they are phasing returns back to school. So for example, you know, year 11s and 13s going back first and whatnot. Probably makes no sense to American people. Like, what's year 11? Basically sophomore. And sophomore, what's just after sophomore? Yes, it'll be sophomore. Be 16, 15, 16. Yeah, I have a very long-winded way of explaining things, but as I keep saying, yeah, lockdown is hopefully being lifted soon, which means that I could be going back to college soon. But the issue that I have is that they want to do a mass testing scheme. Just don't get me started on it, honestly. I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I just really don't want to actually go back into college. There are going to be some instances where I'm going to have to, but for the majority of it, I really don't want to go back because, like, I've gotten comfortable with this working from home thing, and it's just going to be a big transition back. It's going to be difficult, and I don't know, I'm just not ready. I feel like I'm holding this really weirdly. I'm just not ready. And if they're wanting to do like a mass testing scheme, I really don't feel comfortable with people watching me stick something down my throat. I could say something dirty, but I'm not gonna, because I try to stray away from that. I try not to be dirty in my videos. Let's keep this clean. That's what would happen if I did go back. There would literally be someone staring at me as I shove a swab stick down my throat and up my nose.
Okay, so don't mind my messy background. I've just been editing this video late on a Friday night, I know. Not the best idea, and it's not that late to be fair. But I just thought I would intervene here quickly because what I was saying about people watching me swab my throat sounds, one, really weird, but two, I've actually heard that that's not the case. It turns out doing the testing in like a college environment, it would just be up the nose. So I was literally worried about nothing, guys, but what's new? You know, what's new? We all know I'm an anxious person here, and I'm sure others could probably resonate and relate to that. So I'm gonna go back to the video.
As far as I'm concerned, nah. I'm gonna stay in the comfort of my home, my own home, working from home, where I'm safe and comfortable and I don't have to be shoving anything up my throat. You could say I am just really anxious about the whole thing. It might be a case of my lecturers letting me do most of my work from home and then just going in as and when I need to for things like work experience, if that's even still going ahead now, and then collecting things from college. Like, I still have my equipment to collect at some point, so once lockdown is lifted I will probably want to do that because I still need my external hard drive and my SD card, because when I'm doing my final major project for college, I am gonna want to keep it separate from my personal work. Video production, media production, it takes up a lot of space. The thing with that though is that this is my last year of college. After this, I'm going to be going into the next chapter of my life, hopefully a full-time job. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, and just moving on and away from the stress of college, because even though I have loved the past 4 years of college, it is time to let go and move forward with my life, to get a full-time job and, you know, learn to drive and move out at some point. All of my anxiety about this situation almost feels a really small problem compared to the rest of my life ahead of me, you know, because there are going to be bigger problems with that, trust me, you know, and that worry is going to feel so small compared to everything else. And because this is my last year of college, I really don't have that long to go. I literally have until June, and then I'm done. June, the end of June. I really don't have that long left, do I? So in that sense, you know, yeah, my worry does feel quite small compared to everything else, but I still feel that way, you know. I need more coffee. How am I almost out of coffee? Moving on, I feel like the next thing I should really talk about, because I've just kind of talked about it already, is plans for after college. I'm really starting to think about my future now and kind of what I want to do with my future. Honestly, still don't really know. If you asked me in person, I'd be like... So, my plans for after college. So, when I finish college, I definitely won't be jumping straight into a full-time job. One, because I won't want to start looking until after I finished college. And by the time I start looking and probably find something that I like, you know, it takes a month to find the right job, you know. And so I will start looking straight after college, but for those summer months, so July and August and probably September as well, I will probably still be in my current part-time job, but hopefully with increased hours, so doing something like 4 or 5 shifts a week. But I will be working my part-time job in the summer months to be saving up money for driving. I feel like that's the main thing I need to focus on for the time being. I want to start learning by the end of the year, and I feel like this is going to be very ambitious, but also getting my license by the end of the year, the very end of the year. Don't know how doable that's going to be, but I think the main thing with it is that I just want to have learned everything and done my theory ideally before the end of the year. Going back to what I was saying about my part-time job, yeah, I'll be doing that in the summer months to earn money for driving. So it'll be insurance, lessons that are the most expensive, then the actual car, which my parents said that they were going to help me pay for anyway, and then what else? The theory test and the practical test. I feel like I'm missing something. There's probably some sort of tax that I'm forgetting about, like, I don't know, road tax? I don't know. Don't ask me, I don't know anything, but that is my main plan for after college, for when I actually finish college. And then hopefully in like September, October time, I can be hopefully getting a full-time job, and then from that point it will just be saving to move out, which is definitely scary. And in terms of moving out, do I say this on camera? I really don't want to jinx it, because what if me and my boyfriend do break up and we don't move in together? Because me and my boyfriend have already talked about moving in together and where we would want to move to, but obviously you never really know what's going to happen. I feel like I'll probably do a lot of updates along the way, like my life journey here on my channel. I think that'd be kind of fun. I feel like I would probably just do it in the form of vlogs. I was about to say that vlogs are just so much easier to film than sit down videos, but I've just realised that vlogs can take hours upon hours to edit, so in that sense vlogs aren't easier, but I guess I'll just figure it out as I go. That is what I'm going to be doing my whole life anyway, just figuring it out as I go. I got coffee on my mouth. So in terms of what I would actually do for a full-time job, I don't know. I would like to think that it's something to do with one of the 2 industries that I want to go into, which would either be music or media. But like I said, I'm just figuring it all out as I go, and I'm just taking one day at a time. I feel like this lockdown, and well, just all of the lockdowns, this whole pandemic has really taught me to take everything a day at a time, and I feel like that's just the main thing that I have gotten from this. There are a lot of things that this pandemic has taught me, but I think that's the main thing. Oh yeah, I guess kind of all of that kind of leads me on to all of my dreams and plans for the future, because obviously I've kind of talked about, you know, what I'm going to be doing after college, but in terms of 2022 onwards, no clue, absolutely nada. I'm actually going to be doing like a whole separate video about that, like all of my dreams and plans for the future, just overall, kind of like a bucket list video, but I don't actually know when that's coming up because I'm still planning for that, so I'm still writing out that bucket list. But I think it's on my schedule for April maybe? I don't know. I've been filming for a very long time and my coffee's nearly gone. And my coffee's now gone, but there are a couple more things I wanted to talk about. And my bucket list video, don't know when it's coming out, or when I'm doing it, is going to have like a lot of my personal life goals and music and media goals, everything like that will be in that video, but like I said, no clue when it's actually coming out. And then the very last thing I wanted to talk about is writing. I've talked about everything but writing in this video, and my channel is mainly a writing journey channel, so let's talk a bit about writing. In terms of writing at this point that I am filming this video, it is Monday the 22nd of February, but as of right now I am currently looking for beta readers for Scarlet Blood Skies. I actually have a lot more to do for that manuscript before it gets sent off to beta readers. There is literally a lot I need to do before I send to beta readers. Beta reading won't start until like the second week of March, because then it gives me a bit more time to work on the manuscript to get it ready for beta readers. If you're interested in being a beta reader, I am still looking. Probably will keep looking until the second week of March. But if you are interested, then all you need to do is DM me on Instagram, or you can fill out a form, but no one has actually filled out the form. So I'm just thinking that there's not much point with the form. But if you are interested in beta reading for Scarlet Blood Skies, I have a whole separate video about it that I'm going to leave linked down below. And I also have an IGTV and an Instagram post as well that I will also leave linked down below if you want to hear more about it. I think the last thing I was going to talk about was just writing goals for the future, because obviously I'm at the beta reading stage of Scarlet Blood Skies now, which honestly I actually can't believe it. The time has gone by so fast. I have been working on this book for, I want to say, since it was like September, October time 2019, I want to say. So it's been a long time since I started working on that, and it's only now ready for beta readers. But this book has come so far and a lot has changed, so I'm really excited. And in terms of like goals and publishing with Scarlet Blood Skies, I would love to publish Scarlet Blood Skies in 2022. I feel like that could work really well. And then in terms of the rest of the series, because it's a trilogy, or it's going to be a trilogy anyway, I would like to think that maybe Scarlet Blood Skies will be released in like late 2022, and then in 2023 I will probably publish the second book in the first half of the year, and then the last book in the series in the second half of 2023. I would love to do like a whole separate video on that as well, just like my whole publishing plan for the future, because obviously, you know, writing isn't everything that I do, so I don't want to be like aiming too high, 4 books a year like some new authors are, especially like indie authors. I would like to think I would probably do about 2 books a year, and I feel like that would work for me, but I honestly won't know until I actually start publishing next year. That is actually going to be the end of this video. I just feel so much better for having sat down and done this and just gotten everything off my chest. It just feels really good to have sat down and actually done a coffee talk for the first time this year, and that is actually going to be the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload, because my upload days are now changing to Saturday, like I said at the beginning of this video. All of my social media links will be linked down below, along with all of the beta reading information for Scarlet Blood Skies if you are interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!